Yo, what's cracking out there? We're back with another episode of the Specktators podcast. I'm your host, Packy, alongside Q the Bars.
Hello.
Young Dags.
What up?
Old Moe-T.
It's good.
Episode number 73. And we got a good one on tap.
Yay.
My shit's mad quiet, Mo.
Yeah, mine is too. Turn them shits up.
Rig, turn my shit up.
About
Can't
to
hear my
spit
snare.
something.
Oh, yeah.
Yow.
There we go.
Yeah.
What's happening, boys? How we doing?
Yeah. Good, bro. How you doing?
Well, you know, can't complain.
I heard that.
Moe-T?
Good.
Are there any new gadgets out?
No new gadgets out.
Bruce Wayne ain't got no new shit. The fuck?
I saw there's a prototype of the iPhone 11 out.
Of
Yeah,
course
that's,
there is.
that's been out, bro. You're
Duh.
way late to that party.
I meant iPhone 21.
There you go. I also saw that.
You guys are liars. So this is what this podcast is now? Just a bunch
Dude,
of lies?
it's been a slow week. We got to create content ourselves. So has anyone besides me done the Face app?
Yep.
Oh, I saw yours. You look like your dad,
Exactly.
aka Pete Carroll.
Yeah.
Literally Pete Carroll. I'm so surprised
a
you
little
just
older.
start seeing Pete and Pops.
I don't know. He was like walking around chewing gum. And I was like,
That's
damn,
real.
this motherfucker looks exactly like Pete Carroll.
I know Q hasn't done it because
Got me. And ironically,
Fuck it.
like they don't have
Are
your
you
face.
both
on.
Russian?
Yeah, exactly. That's
well, I
what's
know.
funny.
I'm not going to willingly give them my fucking face.
Every picture you got is willingly giving them your face.
Well, luckily, ain't none of them things.
There's a million on
Zero
my page.
pictures?
None. I don't
Bullshit.
even have an Instagram.
Oh.
At Q the Bars.
I'll show you a lot of pictures.
Well, they ain't no
I already
selfies.
put yours in the system.
It's all right.
Let me just bring up a slideshow here real quick.
Go ahead. Them shit's fine. Do it.
Did you do one, Mom?
No.
I think Katie did one on you the other day. You look crazy.
I didn't see it.
Did you see Gary's?
Yeah.
Bro, do you know? He looks exactly like an actor. I had to look it up, and I sent it to him. Oh God, I wish I could pull that shit up.
The dude from Dennis the Menace.
Oh, Mr. Wilson?
Yeah.
Hell nah.
Yo, this motherfucker.
Oh,
It
from
looks
Saw.
from Saw. Yeah,
Oh, it is. Yeah.
he looks exactly like the guy from Saw.
Wow.
Anyway, great content.
Hello, Gary.
What do we got? What do we got going
Yo,
on?
let's start with the sports world.
All right.
So, what the fuck happened last week before we left there?
The sports world is the
Kawhi
only world
signed.
that constantly feeds us content.
Hey, that's sports and music,
And
right?
nothing.
I don't really give too much about the
We-
celebrity shit unless it's like big,
Right.
and ain't no big shit this week.
So we had the Kawhi shit last week, but we
Right.
didn't have the Russ shit.
Right.
Because we were
Yeah.
still hopeful that the Pistons would get him.
Yeah, and of course we didn't get him. I should have
Right.
known.
Should have known.
We should have said, man, we don't want that shit.
And dude, I didn't think Houston would get him.
Neither did I.
No, that was totally out of
But
the
it
you know
does
what-
go to show, like, okay, it goes to show markets matter for sure. But it also goes to show, like, GMs can if you want a guy, you can go get him.
Yeah.
Like, the Houston GM just always wants the stud, and he goes out and gets him.
I mean, it helps that he's boys with Harden. You
Yeah,
know what
but
I mean?
again, didn't we talk about this last week? It's a trade. Like, I know you can do right by these guys, but you don't, like, have to send
No,
them
you
where they
don't.
want to go.
No, but
No.
it seemed like he had enough respect just around
Yeah,
the league. You know
which
what
is
I mean?
understandable for someone like Russ. I
Right.
get it in his situation.
Because had he went to Detroit, people would have been pissed, but we would have been pumped.
Yeah,
But they've been like, eh.
yeah. What do you guys think about that?
Yo, you know what's crazy is everybody I heard before that was like, won't work, won't fit. And as soon as I had them, like, well, I can see it working. You know, I'm like,
I mean, they're two like hoopers, so
Yeah.
it's gonna work fine.
mhm.
They're definitely not gonna be my favorite team. Like I just
Jersey on the way.
shit.
Yeah.
Just a lot of like one
I
on
already got him
one.
one for his wedding gift.
A lot of one on one going on there, but I mean, it's not like they're gonna be bad.
Yeah, I mean, because I'm with you. I heard everyone talking about like, oh, that would never work, blah, blah. It's like, well, the Rockets have been really good.
Mhm.
People forget that. Yeah, they haven't been in the NBA Finals and stuff. They just keep losing to the Warriors.
Right.
Right.
So who's to say they wouldn't beat everybody else?
Mhm.
And Russ is better than Chris Paul.
yeah.
he might play a different game, but it's not like Chris Paul was like out here just the Robin to James Harden's Batman. Like he was just aight.
He's got to be pissed.
So I'm so happy that he's so mad.
People just slander the shit out of him. You know?
I don't
Well,
fuck with
I just
Chris
mean
Paul.
like
He's a hooper.
he got
He's a
traded.
hooper,
He's
yeah.
literally the only
yeah.
player on that team.
He'll be out of town before you can say CP3.
I mean,
Well,
he's gotta be.
I just read reports they're pausing the trade talks with CP3. So like I don't know if it's the new little rule that they can't be traded until like December.
It seemed like
10th
some of
or
the
shit
analysts
like
didn't
that,
even
but
know if that was gonna be in play in this. Like
Well-
I haven't gotten a final answer on
I just heard a Woj bomb right before I walked in this.
what
morning.
was it.
I mean, it wasn't a bomb. It was just from Woj. But he said,
It's a Woj
I
bomb,
mean, like,
yeah.
yeah, anything he says is like at least a pop rock of something. He was saying that trade talks have been, I can't remember the word, but essentially halted. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Where he's going to start the season
Tabled.
in a Thunder uniform. Yeah.
Shelved.
Tabled.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't think you could just get a guy in like, but I guess
mean,
you
they
can.
do that
You
shit,
just don't see that happen.
They like
very
do it
often.
for the contracts and woo, wow,
Right.
woo. I'm like, what?
It's well, it's tough to get rid of his contract. It's a lot
Yeah,
of years,
he's,
a shit
I
ton of
guess,
money,
one of
and
the
he's
worst.
Well,
old.
yeah, you see
Yeah.
guys get like picked up and waived
Yeah.
Right.
fast, but never like
Jay.
traded and then
Jay's
traded
got waived.
like
Yeah.
instantly.
If they
Did
could
we-
get him for, if they could get rid of it and get picks and get younger and get rid of the contract, I'm sure they would. It's just
Right.
hard to do, I think, in his contract.
Did we, was
Reunite Chris Paul and Blake Griffin in
Dude,
Detroit.
I'll
people
take
were
him.
saying that, and I was like,
Take our whole squad.
I'm not gonna be mad at it if
No,
they
you
did
can't
it.
be.
No,
For the
but
Pistons'
I'm not
sake.
like hype about it like I would have been for Russ.
We
I
were
just
that
know,
I'm not a
but-
Chris
right?
Paul fan. I'm more
Right,
of a
right.
Russ fan than a Chris Paul fan.
But you're a Pistons winning fan,
Right.
Well, that's
for
what I'm
sure.
saying.
But it is
Yeah.
even Russ. If it was like at least a new combination. Chris Paul and Blake Griffin have tried and failed. Like, you know
Yeah,
what I'm
that's real.
saying?
That's real.
They were
It was
straight, though.
entertaining though.
Dude,
They were, like,
with how
alright,
good they
weren't
were,
they?
they never made
They
a
were in the
conference
West.
finals.
They were in the
No.
West.
Not
too.
even a conference
Yeah.
finals.
That's real.
The West is tough though.
Yeah,
It is.
for sure,
Always tough.
for sure. Like I said, I
I
would
feel like now even more so. I mean, I guess he was in the West already, but thinking that Russ was going to come to the East pretty positively, and
Yeah.
now he's in the West too. Like
Yeah.
the East is so wide open.
it's up for grabs, dude. And I guess the thing is too, it's like you said. If Chris Paul goes to the East, even though that combination's been tried and stuff, I feel like the Thunder have even less leverage with Chris Paul than they did with Russ.
Mm.
Like
Hell
we
yeah.
could get him for pennies. I
Yeah.
feel like,
We should.
and if you could, you should. Even though I'm not
Hell
the
yeah.
biggest fan.
Mm.
Shit.
Don't you ever?
No. Yeah, I agree.
It's gonna be really fun to watch the NBA this year. All these
Yeah.
all these.
Yo, I'm getting
dynamic
2K20.
duos.
Like that shit
Yeah.
just sold it for me.
Yeah, that shit's pretty tight. Oh, speaking of
Let's get that
video
sponsor
games,
since I just sold you.
I saw Dag's tweet earlier in the week something about hating on people that were people bitching about ratings for players. Was it
Yeah.
Madden?
Yes.
because they just released.
I don't.
2K
I don't
ones,
care
too.
about the people
Moe-T, pull up the quarterback
crying about it.
rankings for Madden.
Fucking. Why are the players so pissed?
And then in a
bro?
separate tab,
Are they?
pull up the NBA.
That's all I was
2K
talking
ratings.
about.
Who was
Just
mad?
Like everybody, dude. Like Stafford was the one that everyone was saying got hoed, and he's like the only one I didn't see say something about it. Everyone else was
Because I
like,
thought he got
I
fucking
should
pretty
buy
good. I'm like, it's like
no, he should have been higher than that. But there was just like a picture roll on Instagram, just with like a million different players like saying their tweets about what they said about the ratings and blah blah. I was
Oh,
like,
really?
dude, get over it.
The only
probably all
thing,
wide
Go to
receivers,
fucking
too.
practice.
yeah, I saw. Oh, here we go. Mahomes top.
Mahomes
I mean, that
boy.
makes sense.
But I don't know about
it's
hiring
just like
Brady.
right. It's just, I mean, because
After-
it is a video game at the end of the day.
Right.
You know, it's
They can't get everything perfect. And like obviously Mahomes could be more valuable in that game
Well,
because he can like run or
He's
do
like
something.
Vic.
You
He's
know
like
what I'm saying?
Vic in
Yeah,
that,
so,
absolutely.
but that's
Where
what I'm saying. Your
Vic
rating
wasn't
being
better
a
than-
97 versus a 96 is not a fucking
No.
big deal.
right.
Also, I do feel like when you're kind of what you were saying, but if you're talking about a video game,
hmm
if you were going to like in the video game,
Yeah.
you want a quarterback on your team. I think Mahomes should be better than Brady. Brady's just really good because of like real life intangible.
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
shit. I think Mahomes is probably more talented today than Brady.
Yeah.
So I feel like that makes sense.
Especially in a
pull that back up, Mo.
And especially because that's what they're taking into account. You can't factor in what's like, well, he's one more.
The biggest thing to me was scroll down just a hair was that Luck and Russ were ahead of Rodgers
Scroll a
Fucking
little bit
Phil
more.
Rivers ahead of
and
Drew
Rivers
Brees?
and Rivers.
Because they've been high. I mean, he's just a
Cookie.
gunslinger.
I don't know about
But
that.
again, like,
Whatever though. Yeah.
so what was pissing you off? The players being mad
Yeah.
about it?
Like
Yeah.
come on, bro.
Yeah.
I know it's cool to like be in a video game. I'm sure that's
Well,
really
it'd be
fucking
dope as shit.
dope.
And to
But,
see
I
people you
mean-
think you're better than.
Who fucking cares?
I mean, I'm not excusing it, but I can see where, and NFL players are a lot more, like, you know, starry. I don't know. There's a lot more of them, so they like want to be.
Yeah.
And they wear fucking helmets, so you know they're not.
Yeah.
They're not like NBA dudes where there's 5 of them. It's you know who the superstars are. They just
That's real.
they carry weight.
Yeah,
But they
these
dropped they released
motherfuckers
the.
that like I can't even name their names. Like were the people bitching about it? You know,
Were
what
they
I'm saying?
serious or were they just playing?
I don't
I
fucking
don't
Because
know.
I
I'm
can,
sure
because I feel like if I was in that shit, I would play around with it.
No,
I'd be
no,
like,
no,
you
no.
put me behind
One
this
guy, he
motherfucker.
was a lineman for Dallas. He said boycotting Madden, Dallas Nation, like
Oh, God.
we're boycotting Madden and all this bullshit.
Makes it
And
even
I was
worse that it
like-
was Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dallas.
exactly. I was like, oh my
Yeah,
god, dude,
that shit.
cry about it.
For as like ill as a city as Dallas is,
I bet
the
fucking,
Cowboy fans are the worst.
I bet Ezekiel Elliott was like, I'm not fucking abandoning Madden. I'm a 95 or whatever the fuck he is, you know.
Yeah.
Well, they
That
released
dude's
the
just so butthurt.
NBA 2K ones, and LeBron is the top. He's a 97 overall.
Yeah.
So it's like I could definitely see, and Kawhi is like a 97, I think, as well. And I don't even know who the rest of them are, but
Makes sense to me.
you can see people like, oh, just because he won the champion, LeBron's been hurt. LeBron's an old man. Burp, burp. You can. See, I mean, I didn't see it, but
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm not
it's
going to
fine.
look for
I
this
think
shit.
it's cool for people to debate it or whatever. I don't care about that. But like when these players are like, strike, Madden, strike.
If they're legit butthurt about it,
Dude, are you kidding me?
Yeah, I feel that.
Maybe you just suck and you don't know it.
Is anybody storming Area 51?
No.
Bro, fuck no. That shit is
Okay,
so
how
dumb.
did that shit all start?
I don't know.
I really
I
don't
have
know.
no idea. But in every comment section of anything,
Yeah.
they're just like, yo, I'm about to have my alien doing something like this. It's like, wow.
Bro.
This is the wave right now.
Yeah, really.
Yeah,
It'll
it's just
die
like
down,
it's
I'm
just
sure,
a
but
trend right now,
yeah.
obviously. But if any,
People are so fucking dumb.
I wish some stupid person would do it because
There's
you're
a
gonna get
million
fucking
people that are
murdered.
like, yeah.
They're
I'm gonna
saying
do
like what? End of September is their date or something like that. Is there some
But you
group?
get murdered,
Oh yeah, 100%.
like by the Air Force.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like they're allowed to kill you.
Yeah.
So
And then they'll be like, I can't believe that the
Yeah.
U.S. government. It's like, okay.
it literally says on their fucking fence, if you cross this, we can murder
Yeah.
you.
I think like the Air Force or something even came out. After
They did.
it
That's what I'm
went-
talking
yeah.
about. They're like,
They're like, okay, just in case you guys are serious,
like we're allowed to kill you.
don't do this shit.
Somebody's gonna do it.
Stupid. Yeah, some.
It's
idiot.
yeah, it has to be done. It doesn't have to be done, but
No.
it's the way of the world.
Darwinism.
So it will happen.
They need a new video on Instagram.
Freaking real. Unreal.
It's
Or
crazy how
won't get to
fast
post it.
shit catches fire like that. Like I don't even know how it started.
Well, and a lot of people just want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, this is fucking getting
Yeah.
big.
Even the
so
fact that I'm
dumb.
bringing it up on the pod is just because it's in
Yeah.
everybody's comments and
Yeah, it
posts.
was like
Everybody
on
has
every
nothing-
channel on
it's
the radio
insane.
today this morning when I was driving to work. I was like,
Bro, nah.
dude, shut the fuck up.
Wow.
I don't care that much.
All right.
Well,
Well,
no.
If the motherfuckers come out, now we're talking.
yeah, for real. I'm with you there.
I ain't going in there.
Hell no.
You see the
Why?
movies. You're going in there? No. no. You sound stupid.
Voluntarily?
Ricky Rose finally announced a date.
Day before my wedding.
Ain't that something?
Wow.
Guess what we
My
playing?
wedding's about to be
Al-
so hot.
Is your wedding an album release party?
Fuck yeah. I'm calling Rick Ross.
That's
right
all we're
tomorrow.
drinking, baby. Black
Bel
bottles.
Air.
Black bottle. We eating checkers. we eating checkers.
That shit's
Wings-
about to be
Wingstop
sick.
catering.
Lemon pepper.
I don't know about at the wedding, but I know after the wedding, that's what's going down. We're having a listening party
That'd be
over
sick.
just a
Oh,
million
man.
bottles.
I could be turned.
That's not completely up to me.
I
Probably
guarantee
more
you that
up to
doesn't
the
happen.
wife than
Yeah, that's real.
me, but
That
Guess
might
what
happen-
we'll be
that
doing?
might happen with the rest of us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hey,
for
we'll
sure.
tell them how it is.
Yeah. K.R.I.T. You guys listen to it?
Yeah,
I haven't listened to the whole thing.
Crizzle.
It was intimidating.
Why?
Like 19 tracks.
Yeah.
Was it?
It's a lot of music.
I know it was a good
I
amount of
just said
tracks,
play.
but there's some interludes and shit too.
Yo, the bit I listened to though, like first half,
There's like 3 songs in the middle that were whack that I didn't really like, but like everything else was dope.
Yo, K.R.I.T.
That I've been waiting shit goes so
That's like the second track or something, second or third.
second, I think. And then that Blue Light Ballet or whatever it's
I
called.
don't think I got
That's
to
just
that.
hard.
Damn.
Hard.
That's some real southern shit.
I got like the first 7 songs or something, and there wasn't like a bad one on there.
Right. It's just like
It's so dope.
I got through the first 7, and I was like, this. By the time I'm done with this could end up being like a front runner on my favorite projects this year. That shit was hard.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
It's
ain't
real
nothing like
good.
that southern hard.
He said it's the first project he like didn't basically didn't
produced
fully
one
produce.
song?
Yeah.
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 And Charlemagne dropped some fact or some shit like that on the Breakfast Club where he like has produced like 70.
71% of his
Yeah.
tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And on this one he only produced 1. It's that whole like J. Cole shit. How everyone
Right.
and I think K.R.I.T produced even more than Cole
Mm-hmm.
for himself. I
Produced
mean.
like everything.
Yeah.
And
And
without any help either, not like collaborating with people.
Right.
Like he said he just did everything,
Yeah.
which we knew.
yeah, he's always been. I know he's big with you, Dags, and like we were listening to him back in the fucking day.
Yeah.
We've always been fans of him,
Yeah,
and
he
he's
was.
signed to Def Jam, and he kind of just. That's an example of someone that's super talented that I think we in the rap scene like thought he'd be right there with all these other big names we talk about,
Yeah.
and I think the label kind of like mismanaged him.
Yeah. That's what
I
it
honestly
sound
don't
like
know.
from his
Probably
perspective.
that also, but like I just don't know if he's as universal as like a J. Cole or a Drake or somebody like girls or something aren't probably gonna listen to Big K.R.I.T.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I think you're probably
it's
right.
too fucking hard. Like,
Mhm.
and it's not like to me when I listen to it, like it's hard as fuck and it's dope, but it's not like something you can just like turn on and have in the background type of shit.
I feel that.
It's like
I mean,
you gotta
and he,
listen to
like,
that shit.
And I guess you have to, because he has a bunch of songs like that where you can just play them, but you have to like find. They're like
I don't
in
know.
between albums. They're like in the album. They're not gonna be like on the radio or shit like that. Like he has a whole bunch of like, I can't remember the video where he's like starts from the picture of the girl and they go to like outer space and come back down. But the song is just he has a ton of chill ass songs.
yeah, I
Shit,
think
I'm not talking about chill though. I'm just talking about
Radio.
not like, yeah, radio. I guess is a good way to put it. And he's like coming
Poppy.
out with more of those, but it's just like real like southern ass rap music, and it could have been back in the day.
I think
It sounds like to me.
because I don't necessarily disagree with you, but even when I'm just trying to think about it, like, why is Cole like universally? Because I can't really
I
point
feel
to a
like
lot of
he's
songs
just
in his
more-
catalog that are like, oh yeah, everybody.
His
and-
early stuff
and
for
the shit.
sure,
Well,
like Crooked Smile and like.
It's
Yeah.
his like
You know what I'm
perspective
saying?
on a lot of
Yeah.
stuff. It's just very his perspective is very universal.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
he just-
agree.
and he'll go from different perspectives a
Yes.
lot of times where
I
he's
think-
like rapping as somebody
I
else.
think
or-
K.R.I.T always got such like a big fucking chip on his shoulder. That's why I love listening to this motherfucker because he's everything he says. He's like, it's just
Yeah.
wants to like bury your ass. You know what I'm saying? And J. Cole can like, he can be saying the same type of shit, but it just comes off so much more like
smooth almost.
smooth.
Not
Yeah,
even
it's
smooth
not
because K.R.I.T's
smooth.
mad smooth,
Well,
but
It's not the same.
It's like it's simpler too.
Yeah.
It's like Jake. It's like when I think of J. Cole versus like a Kendrick. You know, it's like J. Cole kind of like just kind of gets to the point real fast and simple words, like still barring you up, but it's not like necessarily about the flow or
yeah.
it's just he can do that shit.
Yeah.
It's just
Well,
like he's just kind of speaking.
Why,
to you
why
from-
do you think K.R.I.T couldn't be a T.I. or a Ludacris though, who got like super?
I think he
superstar?
could have,
I
but I
think-
just don't think he likes. He just doesn't make that kind of music by choice.
What kind of music is that though? Because I would put him in a similar category. As
I just think he's more southern, less radio than
Yeah.
both of those.
Do you think
guys.
if he even did something as simple though as like took a couple of his songs that we would like out of his catalog, if we were like, here's a couple songs that could be kind of radio friendly, and said, put this star singer on the hook instead of doing it yourself or something like that.
Right.
Like even I look at J. Cole Power Trip, right? Huge record.
Right.
He said originally he did the hook
Yeah, and
and
I
he
heard it.
liked it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it's not bad or anything, but I don't think it's the hit that it is
No,
with
definitely
Miguel.
not. Right.
No,
Like if maybe K.R.I.T did some shit like that, if he would have got a song
I think
to
so
pop.
for sure.
For
But
sure.
And that's what I mean by like, I don't think he cares probably. Like he just he seems so into making everything himself.
Right.
And especially early on, maybe I don't know, since he wasn't getting the attention and stuff that he, in my opinion, deserved, he maybe just didn't have access to those people. And like, those were maybe some, like Addiction, for instance, on this new album, the one with Wayne and Sweetie. Like that's a radio song for sure. And it sounds dope on the radio. But it's still got the like southern gospel-y like sample in it. It's just like a more radio friendly, like faster beat.
Version
you know
of
what
it.
I'm saying? I don't know how to explain it. Like if I could
he
just heard
didn't
that beat,
have
I'd be
some
like,
shit
I'm
like-
like,
if he didn't have that shit, it'd be like, oh, K.R.I.T just
Exactly.
going straight to the radio. It's
exactly.
like, he doesn't have the. I feel like you have to have some of yourself in it if that's what you're trying to do.
I think that's part of the reason, from what I've heard of this record, it's so dope. Is it does seem before I even heard that the whole production aspect that he only produced one song on it and he was trying to go that direction. Before I even heard any of that, I thought these songs they feel like K.R.I.T, but they do feel like a little bigger,
Yeah.
like just a little more full. They're not like poppy, like you sold out radio, whatever. They're just a little bigger. And I think he even kind of talked about that in the interview where he was like, no, I didn't want to like get away from a sound, but I just wanted the records to just
Well, he said
feel a
something
little
that
fuller.
I thought was really dope in that interview, and he was like, I don't know exactly how he phrased it, but paraphrasing, he was like, I produced all my own shit for so long that now all these big producers know my sound, and they can just make beats that are for me, but they have like their spin on it. And he's like, and that just gives me the pick of the litter. Like I just get to pick all the dopest beats that any producer wants to make for a big K.R.I.T.
That's dope.
And I mean, like, yeah, you can't really fucking lose with that.
I think
You know
that's
what I mean?
a benefit. I mean, obviously there are pros and cons to everything, but a benefit of the fans were like asking for something like that. Same with the J. Cole, where it's like, we know that you can make all your shit. It's dope. But we think it'd be also dope.
Yeah.
Maybe even doper if you got on somebody else's
And
shit.
I guess this doesn't apply directly to K.R.I.T because he's insane with his output. But most people, you'd think if you don't have to produce, you're going to be able to get more shit out or put more effort into the marketing or whatever. Just put some of your energy elsewhere. And it even sounds like this. He's excited about. It's really dope to see him talk about just being independent. And like he opened the interview talking about it's the first time he's in Times Square and it's fully independent, like with his team. And that shit's super cool. And it's a credit to him, like coming up, doing his thing, getting signed, having it not really go his way, then going the independent route. And in the meantime, the dude hasn't stopped
At all.
and now he's winning completely independent and like runs his own fucking shit. That's dope to see.
For sure. He's the guy.
One thing that stood out to me in the interview with Charlemagne, and I think not only fans, but just a lot of people get this messed up with underground artists. And Charlemagne, he goes, Charlemagne said that some people were coming at him saying, why don't you play K.R.I.T on the radio? And Charlemagne was laughing and he asked K.R.I.T, he goes, do you even care about that? And K.R.I.T was kind of like, yeah. What'd he say? He goes, I wrote it down. He goes, people were real comfortable leaving me underground. And I think people do get really, like, it's cool to be independent, underground, do that shit. But people forget or don't realize that it's not like any artist just sets out from the beginning and is like, I'm going to be an underground legend. No, you want to be as big as you can be. Because people always think as soon as you get big, it's some type of sellout, some type of whatever. No, you can just make your shit and get big. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just funny. Someone like Charlemagne, he should know this shit. He's in the industry. He should, at this stage in K.R.I.T's career, to ask him like, do you even care about the radio? Like people say I should play you on the radio. Do you even care about the radio? Yeah, dude, play me. Like what?
Yeah, what kind of question is that?
Yeah. Like I'm going to make the same music regardless. Will you play it or not?
Right.
Like, do you like it or not?
Yeah.
It's just funny to hear someone like, cause it's one thing for just Joe Schmo fan, not in the industry. Like the underground scene is just cool, whatever. And you never want your favorite artist to quote unquote change up, whatever. They have a different perspective.
Yeah.
But people in the industry should know how that shit goes.
Yeah. It's almost like from the artist perspective, it's probably like you just understand you're probably not going to get on the radio
Right.
because
So
of
you
your
so you
content.
embrace it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's not like I don't want that
Yeah.
shit.
It's
You know?
like, hey, K.R.I.T, do you want this song on the radio?
Well,
no.
To reach
I don't
more
know.
fans.
Don't
Yeah.
you dare play that on the radio.
Right.
Just like maybe a random thought about that is like, maybe he meant, do you care about being on the radio in terms of like, is that your goals to be like a radio type of rapper? Because you, like you were just saying, you do see a lot of artists switch up over time to go to the radio or to get big and stuff. And K.R.I.T has never done that just to get to the radio, it seems like.
Yeah, maybe.
But like, obviously, he wants to be on the fucking radio if his songs are good
Yeah.
enough to be on
It's
that
probably
shit,
you're
know?
right. It's probably two different perspectives. K.R.I.T's thinking of it like I said of I'm sitting here, I'm locking in the studio, I'm making dope ass music,
Yeah.
and now it's time to put it out. Do I want it on the radio? Fuck yeah. Whereas Charlamagne's probably thinking like, do you go into the studio trying to be on the radio?
Right.
And the answer to that is probably no.
No.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
And then in that case, you should have phrased the question better.
Right.
Because K.R.I.T definitely answered it like I
Yeah,
was thinking. He's
exactly.
like,
It's
yeah,
like,
they've
yeah.
been trying to keep me underground.
Especially the way just like people ask me about playing you on the radio. It sounded like he had the choice.
Right.
Whereas like,
It's like, yeah, I mean, I would, but do you
Yeah.
even want that?
he doesn't
No,
like
yeah,
that shit.
he very well might have meant that. I'm just
No,
saying.
no,
like,
I
I
get
from a
definitely
different-
no. I understand what you're saying.
Right.
He could have meant that too,
Right.
and that's like I was saying. In that case, he should have just asked the question different. But
yeah, fuck yeah.
but K.R.I.T reacted
Yeah.
the way he asked,
And it wasn't like some big deal. It just made me laugh.
Yeah,
like,
no, that was funny.
yeah, but shout out K.R.I.T, man. That will out to finish that up, and that's in the discussion so far for me for one of the best projects that's come.
Wasn't
out
he
this
on
year.
the freshman ones with Nip and Currency Wiz, all them?
Seems like he might.
Mac?
Yeah, I'm pretty
God,
sure.
what a time.
That shit
Sean,
A beast of a double XL.
J.
shit.
Cole, wasn't all of them?
Yeah,
they were all in the
that's
same like
insane.
area.
Yeah.
Years.
That was the best
if not
class
the same
by
year, the year by
fucking far.
Yeah,
Like,
there
they
were-
were good.
There were 2 or 3 years.
Wale
that
was
were-
on it too. I know you guys love Wale.
What do you think about his new track?
My name Wale.
Didn't hear it.
Oh, really? He put one out with Jeremiah. It's pretty solid.
I saw it.
It's solid.
Word.
Dags would hate it, but it's solid.
Yeah, he likes Jeremiah.
Yeah,
Jeremiah's a beast.
He's a beast.
Did he
Yo,
rap on beat?
Wow.
Why is he doing that now?
is that the way?
Pissing me
That's the
off.
way.
Yeah,
Blueface, yo,
fuck that.
Blueface out here winning. I'm about to start rapping up about eat.
He came to get it. His
Dude,
name is Wale.
so speaking of all that shit, did you guys listen to any of the XXL freestyles?
How many are out?
No.
I think I saw 4. I'm not mistaken.
I don't know. I think there's
Man,
more than that.
Maybe 5.
I think there's more than
Shit.
that because I looked on YouTube.
Okay, I was looking on fucking YouTube and all I found was I thought YB and Cordae had the best one that I heard.
His was solid.
He's all right. He's got some all right music.
I'm surprised you didn't.
I wasn't familiar with him when I was not familiar with like, I don't know, 90% of that list when we originally talked about it way back when. You remember that? And
2
then
weeks
I
ago?
that was
Okay, I'm
way
playing.
fucking long ago. And then I just saw it again, and now I have heard of like
That's dope.
a number of them more.
Of all of us in this room, I would expect you to know about them more than
Yeah,
if I had to fucking bet.
there was way more of them that I knew about than I originally did.
Yeah, I peeped YB and Cordae's because of what everyone's been saying. Because I first didn't know shit about him, and
I didn't
everyone's like,
either,
"Oh,
yeah.
he's dope," blah blah blah.
Mhm.
And he did seem like of that list, and the little bit I've heard, one of the guys that can actually rap. Like,
Yeah.
I
In a-
can't
in a
even think of
freestyle
any of them
form,
now. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
and his was solid. I liked it. I listened to the Babies, and his was solid. The thing about that is
cool.
like, you make someone like the Baby go do a acapella freestyle. You could
Right.
even tell some of the shit he's doing in his freestyle. Put that on a hard beat, and it's dope.
because he probably adding the
Yeah, like the ad libby type shit.
Yeah.
He's just not. He's not a freestyle acapella
Yeah.
rapper.
It's acapella too. They didn't do it with
Yeah.
a beat this time.
It looks like there's 7 of them.
7.
Yeah. I listened to Meg Thee
see.
Stallion
Yeah, I
because
saw that shit
because like last week we talked about how I don't fuck with like I don't listen to female rappers like that. So I was like, all right, let me check these out, see what we're working with.
Jermaine Dupri,
And yeah, You know?
Jermaine Pecky.
right. Hers was solid. I wasn't mad at it at
That's
first.
straight.
She started and I was like,
Mhm.
and I was like, all right, I can fuck with this. Like I don't disrespect it. Like it's
Right.
not like this is trash.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
it was straight.
I'm
It
not
was
gonna
just-
bump the music. It's just not my style, but I respect it.
Dude, This is so fucking random.
Oh my
Speaking of
God.
female rappers, what's that song called that the City Girls got out right now?
No clue.
It's like, act up, you can get snatched up. That beat is so fucking
Oh.
dope. And then I don't even mind
I know
any of the
that
rapping on it, but when Young Miami comes in on that second verse, it hurts me so bad. I'm just like, come on. Like, you could not have heard that after you recorded that and been like,
Is it offbeat?
I got to redo this. She's just like,
One take.
sounds like she was like, oh, yeah. It's Young Miami. And like, she just ran in and it was like, oh, shit, I almost missed the fucking start of it or something. And it's like, doesn't sound like her at all. It's fucking weird. And I just hate it.
Those are the type
And she said on the radio that I like, she's like, I don't like my verse on that. And I was like, well, fucking change.
Nobody else does either.
Right.
Those are the
Isn't it
type
like-
of those are the type of things that I'm like, this is why some of these cats can put out so much shit.
Right.
It's like, hey, throw a verse on this. All right, bet. 45 seconds later, done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm out.
But I mean, props to them if
Engineer.
it's working for them. But
Put that shit on there.
yeah.
Put that shit on
Yeah,
there.
there's a fucking very fine line between overworking a verse and
Which
not
is
putting
very possible too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that gets annoying too.
Yeah.
You lose the vibe in the studio.
Yeah.
If you need to record the same shit fucking 20 times.
Yeah.
And then like B, I find a lot of times I'll just go in the studio and for whatever reason I won't be feeling the vibe. Maybe I'm not even like my voice is off or something like that. But I want to just record something for reference and get it down.
Yeah.
And I record it and I'll end up playing it in my whip for a couple of days and be like, all right, I'm gonna come back to that. And then I'll try to re-record it and I'll be like, you know what? I fuck with that original better.
Right.
There's just something about the first time you lay something down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The vibes are just there.
That's real.
So I don't know. It like you said, there's a fine line between okay, make it good.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, don't bullshit it.
Yeah.
But don't fucking lose all the vibe of it.
Yo, that's somebody like 2 Chainz, who I know for a fact goes and just off the dome type shit. And as much as I talk about like it sounds like he freestyles and shit, his shit is like quality.
It works
You know?
for him.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
like it's quality.
Yeah.
So he can walk in there and be like, yeah, and do
Yeah.
like a quick little whoop and be out. And it's like, all right, cool.
Yeah. No, I mean I'm
Put that shit on there.
jealous of that shit. Like, and a lot of times it's rappers like a 2 Chainz who have just a lot of fucking swag in their voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not just about what you say; it's more about how you say it.
Like Ross.
Yeah, yeah,
He just sounds so dope.
yeah.
Over,
Those type of rappers, they can just go in there and they could say something just totally basic, but say it in a way where you're like,
I thought his whole Money in the Grave verse was just like, it wasn't anything
fire.
like
it's just
crazy
drippy.
bars. Oh man, it was just, I'm like, oh shit, drip in my ear. This shit was so smooth. I'm like, damn, this shit's fire.
Dude, I was listening to the to some of those new XXL freestyles, and
Yeah.
I was trying to check myself and be like, all right. I went back and I was like, let me listen to some of the old ones that I, the artists that I thought were good back then, and maybe it's not as good as I thought it was at the time. No, it's still good.
It's a fire.
And it's like I determined that because I try to give people the benefit of the doubt nowadays, and I'm just like, I'm older. It's a different time. Those were artists I was attached to at a certain time in my life, and these are that for that kids. You know what I need at least, especially of the XXL freestyles, and especially if you're gonna do it a cappella, you got to be clever. That's the biggest thing to me. You got to give me something that I'm like, oh, that was clever. Oh, that was
that's the point. If
because,
you ain't got no beat.
like I said with the baby, it's probably dope. If I heard it on a song, his verse would probably be dope.
Right.
But sitting there a cappella freestyling to me, it's like, okay, you can rap. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's about to beat your ass.
You were about to be mine?
No,
No,
the
he-
baby.
Oh,
Yo,
guaranteed.
you know what's crazy? Yeah, I agree.
He's one of the 572 people that are listening to this.
Yo, you know what's crazy? And heaven forbid I get my ass beat. But so in his verse in the Under the Sun,
Hard.
super hard. But so I watched a couple of reactions to it because I wanted to see if people like reacted to this bar. When he goes, I got the Glock with the dick, let's get physical. Yo, I'm like, what? This shit sounds crazy. I'm like, ain't no, and everybody just letting that shit slip. I'm like, okay, he about to beat their ass if they react to it.
That's
I get it.
fire, bro.
Yo, it's like It's like, okay, it's a bar.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, ain't nobody gonna say shit.
The cleverness is just my favorite thing in a rap verse. It doesn't mean I don't appreciate the other shit, but and that's clever.
It is. I was like, because I'm vibing. I'm like,
That what's your
weird.
they rank those verses on Everyday Struggle. How would you rank them?
best or favorite? Doesn't matter.
I don't know how you can.
Favorite.
You have to pick favorite because there's no criteria for the best verse.
Yeah.
Well, you could be like, you could be like technically like an Eminem verse or something, or
fuck that.
something
Favorite,
he's on with
favorite.
something.
No.
I say my favorite is Cole. I think
And then it's the baby and Loot.
Loot, yeah.
I'm
Cole, Baby, Loot.
probably Cole Loot debate. I think Loot's verse.
Loot went
hard.
in. That's the thing. I love the song. Like, I just fucking love the song. No one had a bad verse at all.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Loot went off.
Yeah.
Loot is fire, yo.
That was my.
He has a bunch
when I
of
went back and
hits.
listened to those old freestyles of like Kendrick and Cole and those cats from that time. It's like in 45 seconds they at least have one line where you're like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
at least one.
Yeah.
Yo, JID last year.
And dude, I listened to his and I was just
Oh my
like,
God.
I'm not even saying like, oh my God, a guy like Jid should be so much more popular than these other guys because I get the appeal.
Yeah.
But that is just my style of rapper. You got to have some type of wittiness to your bars.
Yeah.
Well, for that, but like you could go listen to one of those random ass motherfucker songs and be like, oh, this is a dope song. Like
Exactly.
they can make a dope song. But
Right.
yeah, like
that's what he's
the
saying.
thing.
Like, if you're gonna go with no beat,
Well,
you gotta
that-
be.
I mean, I know they don't get a choice, you know.
That's
like,
why XXL's got to come up with a better way to
Exactly.
showcase these
That's what
cats.
I'm saying.
Because look at cats like us where we see the XXL list and originally we're like, okay, I know a couple of these, but who the hell's that? Who's that?
Yeah.
Then when you do your rollout, try and show me to the best of your ability why you picked these cats to be top 10 freshmen.
Exactly.
This is not it for
Right.
most of these cats. This is not the best way
That's
to
why
go.
I don't even listen to that shit.
And
They
that's
should
why
have
cats
somebody-
like old, not to cut you off, but
no,
that's
you
why
do.
like old heads like me keep complaining about it because it's like, okay, well, the cats that I thought were good are good because they can do a fucking freestyle. You don't show
It's
me
like,
why these other
I'm
cats
trying to like them.
Yeah.
Help me out.
are good. Right.
Yeah, that's why I still think they should do like a compilation album of like 16s and they get to pick their beat and make a song how they want or something
That'd be
like
dope.
that. Something where they can put their creativity into it however the fuck they want versus just like, all right, bars
Yeah.
now.
I mean, shit, half these cats are so creative. You could just be like, you got a minute.
No.
We're going to post a minute or a minute and a half video of you. Do what you want.
It seems like it has to like somewhat appease the older
long as
heads.
Just picturing them doing the weirdest fucking shit.
Like, who knows? Maybe
Have
they
at
will.
it. Do whatever you
But
want.
at least it's on
There'll
them.
be a lot of this.
Right.
Yo.
Remember
This shit is
Designer, bro?
selfie. Yo. Panda, he's snapped in Panda.
Yeah.
Rah.
He's
Yo,
still doing that somewhere.
I think they do that shit for the old
That's all I
heads.
can do.
Huh?
Like, I think they do that for the old heads, like the ones that are like used to seeing people go up to the radio station, spit a verse. You know what I'm saying? It's like rap,
I think
where
they
you
do
can
too,
just say
but it's just like
rap.
exposing them.
I agree. It's not the platform these days. Now,
Do it now.
Did you guys
cut
listen
shit,
to
cut shit.
that Dickie verse on Sway?
Not the
The
not the new
most
one.
recent one.
Nah,
He had some fucking bars.
like he can just.
There was
rap.
some
Yeah,
random
he can
parts
rap.
where he was just like doing the funny thing too much, but then when he got going,
Dude, that's a great example, though.
yeah,
Lil Dicky.
Mm.
I probably I have more DaBaby in my playlist on Spotify
yeah,
than Lil Dicky. I would much rather hear a Lil Dicky freestyle than DaBaby
yeah.
because he's clever.
Right.
But I'm really not that into that much of his music.
Right.
That's real shit. And that's like best verse favorite. If fucking Lil Dicky and
Yeah.
the Baby were on the track.
Right. If you
Your
said
favorite
DaBaby's
verse.
is better, people would be
Exact.
like, for real?
Right. It's like the Baby would probably have your favorite verse.
Yeah.
But Lil Dicky,
Or at least he
Well,
has
probably
a chance. Like you can
ex-
respect someone that says it's
Exactly.
their favorite. Yeah.
because I bet if Lil Dicky was on a song with the Baby, he would be going crazy.
That'd actually be a fire song,
It
probably.
would be.
Most likely.
Lil
Spoken
Dicky
into
and
the-
the baby.
When it happens, give me credit for speaking
Lil
that shit
baby
in the world.
Dicky. Anywho. What else we got? National Hot Dog Day.
Yo, who the fuck comes up with these national holidays?
Bro, I don't know, but I had
But
this
hot dogs are good.
conversation. Yes. I had this
Yeah,
conversation with
yeah.
somebody the other day. Maybe it was you guys. I don't know.
Probably. About how good hot
When
dogs
do you
are.
eat a hot
4th of
dog?
July.
Okay, hold on. Let me finish my fucking statement.
Franks.
Have you ever eaten a hot dog when you were pissed? Think about it. The only time you eat a hot dog is like at 4th of July, fucking basketball games, baseball games. Like you're
good
always
times.
doing something fun.
I can't picture eating any
Are hot dogs actually that good,
except for
or
gruel.
are hot dogs actually that good, or is it a nostalgia factor like music?
It is a nostalgia.
No,
because
hot
they're
dogs
not
are
that
good.
They're good as
They're,
fuck.
they're
they're
good.
okay.
They're so good.
They're so
fucking
good.
good.
Dude.
I fucking love a hot dog.
Especially
Golfing.
because, dude, and that's the question I've always thought about. Is are hot dogs better just in your mind on a golf course or a ballpark? But then once in a while I'll have a bad one.
Yeah, for
On
sure.
a beautiful day on the golf course.
A bad hot dog?
Playing well, and I go get a hot dog at the turn and
It
it's garbage.
sucks.
So then
Yeah.
I know it's not just the moment. Like dogs are just really fucking
They're
good.
so good.
Dogs versus brats.
Dogs.
That's tough.
Dogs are more
I-
consistent,
Dogs
but
for me.
like
Dogs
a
versus
good.
cheddar brats.
I love a good
I
brat.
think it's way easier to fuck up a brat though.
It is.
I love it. It's hard to fuck
I don't
either
know.
one
Probably
of them
cheddar
up, though.
brat, a good one. But you go to Monticello's though,
Brats are good.
and eat any brat, and it's better than any. hot dog.
Monticello's is shitting on all
Everybody.
your favorite fucking
Da
butchers.
brat.
They're shitting on all of them.
Everyone.
Guess where it's at? H-Town,
Has
baby.
lit.
Has lay, baby. That's good.
The greatest show on earth.
On turf, on earth, on on dirt. Know what I'm talking about? All right. Hot dogs are garbage. Moving on.
What?
Wrong.
Hot dogs or burgers?
Burgers
dogs.
all fucking day.
Hot dogs.
I'd have to say hot dogs.
Oh my gosh. It's fine.
Barbecue or buffalo?
Don't be dumb.
All right, what else we got? The game has to pay $7 million.
Why?
What he had some lawsuit like from a while ago. Some
From beating
woman-
40 Glock's ass?
No, it was
Oh, that was
some
hilarious.
some situation with a woman. I don't even know, but
Oh,
apparently,
that's not hilarious.
apparently it actually came in like the verdict, and he's got to pay $7 million.
Damn.
That's big. Dough.
Is he gonna stall that shit out like 50 does every
I
time
wouldn't
he
be
owes somebody
surprised.
money?
Yeah, if he like appeals or some shit. But
It's gonna
I
appeal forever.
heard he like never showed up in court for it,
Yeah,
which probably isn't a great idea.
it's not a good idea.
Probably not.
Oh,
Especially if you're trying
it
to
was
win.
today.
Right.
Like you can't.
Like what?
You
I
literally-
lost.
You cannot win if you're not there.
That's what I would think.
I know that's what you hope for when you get a speeding ticket and you show up in court like, please don't let this motherfucker
Right.
show up.
Right.
Please.
That's the only hope you
For
have.
real. Then he walks in. Like,
You might as well walk right out when you see him walk in.
how much is it? I'll just write the check on that.
Straight up. All right, check that off the list. Dags was late because he, quote, got too sweaty during the pump. Don't ever text us that.
I said you could have said, bruh, I'm late.
You guys would have been like, why?
Hell
We
no,
know-
I don't
we
give
know
a
why.
fuck. He's lifting
or you're at BK.
Dude, it's hot shit out.
after lifting.
It is so hot.
So
Is
hot.
climate change real?
Nah.
Say no, I'll slap you right now.
I mean, the climate does change.
Bro, these fucking storms everywhere are insane. These monsoons and
I haven't even seen shit about it.
holy shit, world's ending. Holy moly. Hang on tight, boys.
Never know.
Hang on tight.
Never know. I'll be eating a dog when the world ends.
You're going to be slipping. You might fall right through the crack. That
Literally.
burger keep you through.
Literally a dog.
Yeah.
Yuck.
Damn, we about to get canceled like a motherfucker.
New Chance album.
Oh,
What's the date on that?
He was
Okay.
on Fallon last night.
Big Chance fan of,
It's-
as a person.
Did he change it? to
Are we
Big Chance?
really this?
It was July 26th.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Are we really this hype about Chance the Rapper's
It's his
album?
debut album.
No
Fuck
shit.
that.
Because
No.
it's been
No.
taking
It's
so
debut,
fucking
guys.
long.
This
No.
is not
It's
his
his
debut.
debut.
Get
You
the
don't get
fuck
to.
outta
You do
here.
not
Bro,
get
that's
to.
what the headline said.
I know. That's the only thing I
That's
heard.
what the tweets are saying.
Okay, all right. Level head. Let's be level headed here. Let's be level headed, because I'm not gonna act like I know all the behind the scenes workings. Why is he calling this his debut album?
Because he can.
Why though?
Is it because
I'm
it's
sure
like
there's a
there's like
technicality.
yeah some marketing thing
Yeah.
behind it?
If it's marketing, fuck that.
It's marketing.
What
else
ex-
would it be?
What excuse could you hear that would be like, all right, that's
If there was like, if he had big label push for the first time, or
That hasn't stopped anybody from marketing anything whatever way they want.
but I can understand the difference. Like if I went and got signed to Def Jam tomorrow, I would call that album my debut.
yeah.
But it's not.
So
I
is
know,
he
but
signed?
it's like, yes, technically it's your studio debut. Like,
Yeah.
and
But this isn't even his studio debut.
Which one?
But
what
that's
is?
the only thing I'm asking is like, is there some really big push? But the thing is that he had that big partnership for
with Apple.
for
With
Coloring Book,
Doritos?
right? Yeah,
With
Doritos was
Backstreet Boys?
All right, here's
distributed
what
his
I want to
album.
fucking. All right,
Oh, you know some good shit's coming.
fucking Chance the Rapper, dude. Like, great guy. You know? Like, everybody loves him. He seems like a really cool dude, and he like stands up for people and stuff, and it's cool.
Oh, here we go.
We're about to
And
Hang on tight.
Acid Rap was pretty dope.
Super dope.
Very good album.
Better
Glad he
than
re-released
pretty
it.
dope.
What
Glad he
other
re-released it.
album does he have?
Coloring
10
Book.
Day mixtape.
Coloring book.
Coloring
10
Book.
Day.
All right.
Was that the debut?
Okay, but here's what I'm.
That's in my mind, yeah.
Okay.
Right. I would agree kind of with that.
Okay. I don't know. I have no idea.
Wouldn't you say so though?
I don't know.
That's what it was.
I don't know.
But like, I'm not acting like I know the
No, I
behind the
literally
scenes.
have
I'm
no
just saying,
fucking
as a
idea.
fan, I would
Yeah.
say Coloring Book was his debut.
It was recorded in a studio.
Didn't he win a
dude.
Grammy?
Yes.
Aren't they all recorded in studios?
I mean, I don't know.
hope so.
There'd be no way to know like how Acid Rap and 10 Day were recorded.
I guess here's my thing when I said studio, and then I'll let you get back to wherever you were going. Like, I totally understand how it works when an artist advertises something as their debut album, even though they've put out projects before.
Right.
Like
right,
it's
right.
when a studio gets involved and you're getting
Right.
pushed to the
a
masses.
professional studio.
Right.
And it's usually like you said, when you get signed, then the first project you like.
Right,
K.R.I.T.
right.
Like
And, yeah,
K.R.I.T.
and I'm not mad at artists leaving out the studio and just calling it their debut album.
Mm-hmm.
So
Pissed about that.
I understand that. But to me, Coloring Book, like Chance didn't sign, did he?
No.
Between then and now? Like he's still an independent artist? Technically? Like that could be debated, but
yeah, that's super.
he's as much of an independent artist today as he was when he put out Coloring Book.
Yes.
right.
So I don't get the
He might have signed
So
the
anyway,
Doritos.
So what? Okay, so what makes Coloring Book his studio or his debut album?
I wouldn't call it his studio. I
Or
would call it his
debut.
debut because to me, I was like, we were into it when Acid Rap dropped, right? And to me, that was marketed as a mixtape.
Okay.
Even though I could, if he marketed it as an album, I would say that was his fucking debut album. But it was marketed as a young new cat's mixtape to get him out there and whatever.
I
And
think
to me,
yeah.
Coloring Book then was like, he's partnered with Apple. He won a Grammy from it. Like,
Yeah.
that's album.
That seems
album.
like pretty big.
I mean, it could.
And it was marketed. Like,
right.
That's
You're
what I'm
partnered
saying.
with Apple, bro.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a big company.
but he's not signed.
No,
to
I
a
know, but is he
studio.
signed now?
I don't think
So
so.
why is now his debut?
That's what I'm wondering.
Right.
What do you win a
That's-
Grammy for?
I think
I don't know.
it was. Didn't he win a Grammy like best rap album or something like that? Or am I stupid?
I
'Cause
gotta
don't-
look it up.
Maybe it was some.
Mix-
Maybe it was just a song. I don't
Has
know.
a mixtape ever won Grammy for something else? Is this like some groundbreaking shit?
I know Chance had some big like
That's-
SoundCloud
Best,
shit. Anyway,
best
back
rap
to
album.
that's rap album. Yeah,
For Coloring Book?
What?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
that's
Type that shit in.
That's definitely the
Coloring
name of
Book,
this.
Coloring Book
And
debut
best,
album
best rap song.
with Angels?
Yeah,
Is that
the Lil Wayne one,
He was nominated for that, didn't win.
The
what Angels?
the one with Wayne.
Wayne.
Which one
no
was that?
problem.
No,
Oh.
and Two
In
Chainz.
2 Chainz, yeah.
Yeah.
That shit went hard.
That's right. Yeah.
Best new artist 2017 winner.
Yeah,
Yo, they be late as
That's
fuck
a
on
good
them
one.
shits.
the name of this podcast
Dude, but
has to
that's
be
even
ART,
proof of
art.
like debut album though, because they only give that shit when you're like in the system.
Give,
You know what
can
I'm
you,
saying?
Can you pull up a list of fucking debut out or brand new winner fucking people? Them?
And while you do it, I want
Brand new
Dice to get
what?
back to his hate.
Like what Chance won in
I
2017.
hate
Best new
It's
artist,
hate.
best new artist
Little bit.
winners each year.
Why?
BN Carter.
What?
Why BMC,
Oh.
BMB, CMB, Lil Wayne?
What is the big like Chance the Rapper craze? Is my question.
He's independent.
Besides,
Okay, I was gonna answer your question.
Besides, like he's a good dude.
Okay,
His independent grind.
the first thing that he put out for us to hear, to me, is a classic mixtape. Straight up,
Okay.
like.
Okay, let's look at this shit. Let me look.
And then the fact that he blew up from that independently.
Okay, let me
You
ask
know
you
what I'm
this
saying?
question.
Like,
Yeah.
there's not a lot of guys that do what he did. People that blow up like he did blow up because of labels.
Right.
To do that shit independently, like that, like I
Right,
know that
but,
made
like,
me buy
dudes
into
are doing
Chance.
it, right?
He was the first.
Not-
He was, or not first.
In
but he
his
was like,
in his era, it was like, I don't know, Mac and Wiz and Nipsey,
Right.
Mhm.
And K.R.I.T.
but K.R.I.T signed pretty quickly.
and Chance still hasn't signed.
Yeah, Chance, like, because even
Right,
Mac and Wiz ended up
So
signing.
it's not because of it's because
It
of
is-
acid rap.
It's
No, people fuck with his music. Just he can rap. He had.
I know,
and
but
I'm-
like,
and I'm
but
not
he just
saying-
put a song out called "Groceries," right?
I
And it's
don't like that song.
Like he's not like
Were you hoping it was about the booty?
Well, he was trying. That was like
Should've
with a
been. I would've
contest,
been
right?
dope.
He was tying that shit into the contest where he was giving away free groceries to some.
oh okay. See, I don't
So
know. all
that
this
proves your
shit.
point, though.
He's just a good dude.
Well,
So
okay,
that's why
so-
everybody fucks with him.
No, he has a song with Lil Yachty, and they're just fucking rapping on it, and he's spazzing.
Yachty?
It's no. Well, Yachty was pretty good. Yachty
he?
was better than I
Was he
expected.
spazzing?
Yeah. For his standards, I would say so. Yeah.
You don't know if you're in a 360.
He can rap. He can fucking
and
rap.
I agree.
and don't
he
get me-
can rap, and I like some of his songs, but like I don't get like why I don't like his songs enough to. But I know I'm not. It's not all my opinion. I'm just saying like
No,
I don't
it's-
see a lot of his songs like the ones that are gonna be like holy fuck, literally everyone
I think
on
you're.
earth likes Champs the
I
Rap.
think you're right, Dags. I think him being a good dude
That
is
definitely helps.
is a big part as to why he's so big.
right.
Yeah, it's
Because-
like on some Drake shit.
Honestly, you even think of Chance. Like, we were talking about how K.R.I.T doesn't have that radio, whatever. Like, what are the biggest Chance songs for as big of a superstar as he is? Like, take him off the college tracks, and like
fucking-
he's got the joint with Wayne and 2 Chainz.
But that's what I'm saying.
But
he
even
got
before that,
on that, he got on a Khaled track with Justin Bieber. Like,
And Quavo.
Twice.
wow,
2
random as fuck.
Well, that's
Right.
Khaled shit, so that's
But
like.
that's what I mean
he
is like,
does.
and
He's
all
a
these
fucking-
big companies and why it's debated whether Chance is really independent or not. He's easy to market, dude.
Yes.
He's not risky. He's
That's
doing
facts.
all the right. And so I think early on,
and isn't it
companies
funny that it's,
caught on to that shit. And I feel like he's been pushed without signing, and that's what's made him big. But he can still claim independence and get the people that love the independence on board and all
Yeah.
and
that
I
shit.
agree with that grind too. It's just funny because like this dude's first album, mixtape, whatever, was about acid, and like when he did acid for a week straight or whatever,
It's not as clean.
Well, the first
No,
one,
and
the first
now-
one
and now
was
he's like
10
the-
day his suspension. He got suspended from school. for
Right.
His little mixtape.
And then it was acid raps, which he said like he was at on some trip and they did acid the whole time, and like it was fucking sick.
He has a
And-
video where they were
blah,
in
blah.
Mexico on YouTube.
Yeah,
where he's like
that was the
on a
one I'm
trip.
thinking.
that project is
And then
fire.
it is, and
Super fire.
now he's like gospely, like like Dorito Man and fucking,
But
you
even
know,
Dorito
like,
Man.
fucking
But even on
with
acid
the
rap,
Backstreet Boys,
he's
and all
always
this
had that
shit.
gospel shit though. He's always had that shit.
Right, I'm just saying, but now he's like seems like he's
That
Because Coloring
is
Book,
him.
actually-
Coloring
That
Book, he had
is
the
him.
song
Yeah,
with
that is
Kirk
his-
Franklin, which I love that song. That
Let's
shit goes
put
super
it this
hard.
way: how big of a superstar he is in music does not line up with his catalog, in my opinion.
Right.
right.
Yeah.
But-
agree.
But because he's such a good dude with a good image and all this
Right.
shit, I think it. So you're
Now-
you're
There's
right.
just-
I do
there's
agree with you
not,
to an extent.
There's not many. Think about who's popping, just in general, and who have been popping for whatever number of years. A lot of them, it's not based on their catalog. It's based on them.
But
You know,
let's
you
put it
sell
let's
them-
put it
Especially
this
this
way.
day and
But let's
age,
put it
though.
this way.
Absolutely.
Today in hip hop, okay,
Yes.
who has like the best reps in hip hop today? Like I'm not talking because old heads always have good rap, like Jay, fucking Ti, like Luda.
Mm-hmm.
Take them out of it.
Are we taking Drake out of it?
No,
So
put
Drake
it, so,
is the answer.
But I'm not saying number one. I'm saying like let's run it down. Like, and I'm not talking good clean rep. I'm talking everything. They're like at the top of their game. Everything involved. You take who's the top? Drake, Cole, Kendrick. Dude, I think today people put Chance right behind those guys.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And so then compare catalogs with those guys.
That's fucking crazy.
See, and I guess the only
In
difference
rap?
is I've never heard.
No.
I have never heard Chance even uttered in the same sentence as those dudes.
Okay, what would be the next level after those dudes? Because I agree, they're in a separate tier. I'm saying he's next. So
I've heard him listed right after.
But that's what I'm asking. Who's after
I've
that?
never heard that shit.
Who's after that?
Not to say it doesn't fucking happen.
Probably
Big Sean?
like-
Yeah,
Sean
Wiz.
I put him in the Sean category.
Wiz for sure.
Yeah, he's in that tier.
Fucking now
Currency.
K.R.I.T.
I don't know if like
These days.
It's not too many people that
I mean,
are
like,
on top of their
mainstream,
shit
like
with music.
No.
And
I don't think
everything.
K.R.I.T's out there enough.
Because
to
even
know.
Wiz, I don't think he's on top of his music right now at all.
No,
And
but I'm
hasn't
just
in a long
saying, like,
time.
No.
just his rep.
how do I word this? Like, go if you asked all hip hop fans,
Like Family Feud style.
yeah, how many and say who's the biggest artist in hip hop? How many are what percentage of people?
Yeah.
Drake's number one,
Right.
Sure.
Kendrick's number two, probably.
Or
Cole's
J.
probably
Cole.
number three,
Yeah.
and then,
And then
those
where
that's
do you go?
clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then where do you go? And I think today, if you ask all these people, I think chances
You're gonna have a
I
percentage
agree.
of people that say Chance. Yeah.
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
I just don't agree with it.
I don't
agree
agree. That's
with
my
it.
whole point.
Simple
That's
as
my
that.
whole point.
But
No,
I'm
I
not
mean,
mad
but
at it because I'm
but
not
I
mad at someone that is
understand-
a good dude like that getting the
Exactly.
shine.
I understand why he's huge and why to me, it doesn't seem like it's like a new thing that everyone's on Chance. It seems like it's been forever.
No.
Because I mean,
My whole thing was basically this dude is as big as he is because of him,
Correct.
not because of his music.
No,
catalog.
but that definitely helps because he does have a good catalog. It's not like popular,
Yeah.
but it's like
I think
quality.
I agree.
It's
I think I
solid.
agree with you
Yeah.
guys. I think
It's-
he's top 20 without his image,
Right.
And he's
top
and
20
he's-
is fine.
right, but
But
he's like top 5 with his image,
Right, and he's so big,
five
and
is
this is what
crazy.
I keep seeing is just like people are just like tweeting about it and just like blah blah, and he's on like the popular page or whatever, like for being on Jimmy Fallon and saying that his album's coming out finally. It's like,
Yeah.
why is this making so many more waves than like all these other dudes?
Yeah,
that
I mean,
have
just look at
ill
how like outside companies
'Cause
that
he's
are going to
huge.
sponsor and push and whatever. And okay, everybody in hip hop is listening to Migos for a given time,
Yeah.
or we have Chance the Rapper here. Who are we going to partner with?
Mhm.
They're going to take the clean
Migos,
cut.
100%.
No, I know, but
No,
Somebody will.
Right.
Sprite and
Right,
fucking
yeah.
no.
gang of motherfuckers.
Anyway,
you know who else is
'Cause
probably
they're
in that
cool as
tier?
shit.
Travis Scott's probably in that tier.
And Migos, and probably like
And I would put
didn't even
I would
think of
put like
those guys.
just about all these people's catalogs ahead of Chance.
yes,
Like Travis's catalog,
his
Migos
his albums are
catalog?
fucking I don't know about. I mean,
don't
you
know
know how I
about
feel about
Migos.
Migos, but
Right. And they're fucking huge.
Yeah, they're huge.
You
Yeah. So
see
is
them
Chance.
everywhere. I know. And I get it. I understand why they're both huge.
It's insane to me.
Because they're one group is super cool and fucking they can get you to buy anything. And Chance is super cool and get you to buy anything.
yeah, there's definitely like to your point earlier. There are some artists that they really elevate themselves with their image. It's a big thing these days. Like,
For
dude,
sure.
compare how big in hip hop A$AP Rocky is compared to his actual catalog of music.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What I
He's
know,
just a jiggy
my
cat,
favorite
yeah.
shit is his first project.
Me too.
That
So
mixtape's
Yeah.
good.
Me too.
ridiculous.
And it's almost just kind of like gone downhill.
I agree.
And he doesn't put out much shit.
Right. I still fuck with him.
I do too.
Because he's cool.
I know, I
just
agree.
Fuck with him.
I
You
agree.
know what I'm saying? I just fuck with him.
I agree. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to like look through names of people and shit. Actually, his catalog is pretty good too. But like even before his catalog got there, Childish, like he was revered in certain because of all this other shit he's doing. Blah blah blah. Where
Yeah, but he's doing so
stuff.
many other things.
Yeah.
Like Chance the Rapper, he's like made for like he has
being a
made
good Samaritan.
music. Yeah, all he's doing is like walking grandma across the street and shit. You know what I'm saying? Which is good.
That ain't
That's
all
great.
this
And eating
motherfucker.
Doritos.
Hell no. Yo, he's putting in fucking work. He's no.
But it's for music.
Because like, okay, the first thing people love to do is be like, oh, Chicago, right? So like it's like because he's trying to like do some good in Chicago, that will automatically elevate him like crazy.
Yeah, he's from a big city. That's
No,
like yeah.
And I'm not saying he shouldn't get it, but like I'm saying,
He's friends with
the
the
reason
Obamas.
Childish Gambino
yeah.
was getting so much whatever credit and shit is because he was like had his own show. He was doing comedy. He was an actor. He did like 50 different other things in the entertainment industry.
You're just asking the question because if we're accepting the premise that Chance is mentioned in that next tier after those top three, if we're accepting that premise, you're saying it's because he's such a good dude.
Yeah, it's not because of
It's
like
not like hating on his
the
music. It's just
entertainment
saying if you're top, if you're like in that next tier,
yeah,
it's not because of your music.
correct. Like I just see all this attention, and I'm like, all right, I like a lot of his music, but why is this motherfucker so insanely popular?
And credit to him for
It's
he
good,
knows how to, without putting out a bunch of music, he knows how to stay in the news with his
Clearly.
good deeds and shit like
Yeah,
that too.
for sure. And
like
we-
I'm sure some of that is marketing and calculation, like because you can't just. I mean, he might be one of those artists that can now, which is another example of how. But you can't just like fall off the map these days and then decide to come back unless you're superstar. But he might actually be in that category now,
bet he
which is
could,
more
yeah.
to your point of like why.
Yeah, exactly. You see that like he finally released his album date, and it's like this dude has one album.
Well, I need
None,
to know.
apparently.
Well,
Yeah,
that's what I
right.
need to
Doesn't
find
have
out.
an album.
So
Does he
why
have
are
any-
we so
It's all been
crazy?
And
mixtapes.
how, if he doesn't have any, then how is this one an album? I just need to know.
Right. I would like to get the answer to that. Why? Because I'm sure at some point. Marketing. No, I know, but I'm sure at some point he will have to like someone will ask him, won't they? Maybe
I don't
not.
know.
If he goes to the right places, they won't.
Yeah.
No,
you
not-
pay me
not
some money,
if he
I
did-
ask you.
Yeah.
What?
Not if he goes to Zane Lowe.
Not if not
no
if he's
shit.
pre-approving talking points.
That's real.
Right.
Yeah. And your team should be doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
You're not trying to
I'm
get
sure
banned
that you
from
know
Google
if
and
anybody's
shit.
doing that shit.
Yeah.
I'm sure that they
It's
are.
like I'm not trying to get freaking jumped.
But
like
yeah,
Kodak.
until I hear an explanation, I'm not accepting debut album.
That's fine. I just don't know. I don't know how Coloring Book is a debut album if he didn't get signed. I understand he partnered, but to me that doesn't. That's just
Yeah.
like extra
Like I said,
thing.
my argument isn't Coloring Book is for sure his debut album. I'm saying
That's what you thought.
if this new one is supposed to be,
Mhm.
then from my understanding, nothing's changed since Coloring Book.
Right.
As far as
Yeah.
his situation. So
Right.
Coloring Book is. Or
Right.
or you haven't put one out
Dude won a
Exact-
fucking
and you still-
Grammy
you
for that
won't.
shit.
yet. Yeah.
And you
it-
must
yeah.
have had. You got to
Oh,
be
yeah.
in like
Yeah.
a fucking.
That
What
like
did
a
Macklemore
circle
win?
to even be
What did
able to do
Macklemore
that.
win for when
Best
he won in
album, I think.
2013?
Best
Was
album.
it the Heist?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the heist.
Did he sign?
No.
So you
So
can
it's
win.
possible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can win without fucking.
Right.
Right, but you
But
have,
then he didn't-
but you gotta have like some sort of.
That's what-
And why was
distribution or,
Macklemore
like,
popular?
marketing or
Because
Yeah.
he was like the relatable
he
guy.
had and he
was
had partnerships like
Yo,
Chance did
anybody you
and shit.
fucking like is relatable. Or
Yeah.
there's a reason that they're that popular. It's not always music. Never. Fucking like Kendrick can put out music and then disappear because people are like, oh, the music is so good.
Yeah.
But they also are invested in the person as well.
Right.
But even despite the music being amazing.
Macklemore didn't sign after the Heist, did he? Did he ever sign?
No,
I don't think he did.
He didn't sign, but it's all just about because
Partnerships?
He had music relationships that
He never after
it was distribution. I'm pretty
like
sure.
if you asked Macklemore today, he would probably say the Heist is his debut album, correct?
yeah,
Probably. And why would he say that?
and to me,
He
because
won a fucking Grammy.
it was his first album
to the
that
masses,
to
like it reached the most that it could have possibly.
because he
like-
put out projects before the Heist.
yeah, but they weren't.
Right, I know.
Radio is a big thing, for
Right,
me.
right.
Because when
Right.
your songs get played on the radio, it's like, dude.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm like Coloring Book, dude. Like,
Yeah.
Chance's
won a
songs
Grammy.
weren't getting played on the radio
Yeah.
until Coloring Book.
Yeah.
Well, and the artist can determine it, right? You aren't signed. Well, you signed to yourself. You determine, all right, I'm about to put out an album.
Yeah, and it's mentality.
Exactly.
But the thing is, I
Yeah.
don't
So
think
what
it
was
always is.
if Chance is independent? What was Coloring Book?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I would like to fucking know.
Right.
Because now
Mixtape.
I don't know.
Wasn't a mixtape.
It was it was a project. It was an EP.
I'm over that
Remember
shit. I'm over that shit too.
It was an EP. It was an LP.
Because I messed around with that when people were transitioning to the
Yeah.
streaming days and stuff like that. Like Same Difference was a mixtape. And
Was it a playlist?
Yeah, playlist.
It was like
I'm actually more accepting of playlist than mixtape now.
that was a precursor to like what is happening
Yeah,
now as far as with the short projects. And
Because
shit like that.
mixtape,
They're just all project, dude.
Exactly.
Like, it doesn't.
That's what I'm saying.
It
Why
literally
does it-
doesn't fucking
because
matter anymore.
it's to the consumer it matters.
Yeah.
To the consumer, it's like,
It doesn't
this
fucking
is an
matter.
album.
Yeah,
it's
see,
it's
I hate
important
that shit.
because you remember when albums were actually important, and so that is a thing. It's like you have history to be like, okay,
Only us old heads care about
it
that.
just
Exactly.
it shows how important popularity is, though, because
always.
the only reason artists like that call something an album and something else a mixtape is because they have some major push behind it or they don't.
Right.
Yeah.
This dude was on Jimmy Fallon,
Right.
like just talking.
Yeah.
Not like the Breakfast Club and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he was on like a fucking, and he wasn't just there to perform. He was there to like be interviewed.
He was there just talking.
That's
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
what I mean
Because
about
people
like,
are interested. That's a different level of
Yeah.
success than like Big Crit puts out his album and he goes on Breakfast Club and like the radio station shit. Fine.
Or he goes on a show like that and just performs.
He's
Exactly.
like gets his 3-minute performance or whatever.
Yeah.
He's not on there just like fucking chatting it up with
But
Dave Letterman.
Chance has been on
and
for
shit.
100 years.
and that's the other thing about Chance, though, is like we talk about acid rap like, oh, amazing, and it was, but it wasn't like radio.
no.
I just don't get
A
how
couple
this dude
shit, I
is
was like,
capitalizing.
ooh.
Like
They could have been, but it wasn't.
no,
Yeah.
it wasn't.
And so yeah, like how many radio?
There wasn't the mainstream push
Yeah.
behind it.
Yeah.
Like you think about all these debut albums, like that's what they had. You heard them on the radio.
But no, I'm even saying like how did Chance get so
that's
fucking
what I'm
big?
saying, dude. This is exactly what I'm
Like,
saying.
he's-
Like
he's huge.
How is he? And I'm not
What do you mean, how did he
mad
get
at
big?
him and shit. It's good, congrats. But like, how is this dude pulling this shit off just by
Like-
fucking being a good
Like
dude?
I'm saying between acid rap and coloring book.
it's the same exact thing. Like you could say the same exact thing with Macklemore.
No, but Macklemore, like the heist was way, way, way bigger than acid rap.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
So I'm saying I get from the heist and whatever Macklemore was after that.
Yeah.
What happened to Chance between acid rap, that was a really good project, but it wasn't like radio, it wasn't known to the masses like that, and coloring book when he's winning Grammys?
Right.
More people heard him because I think he just linked with the right people who could
Yeah.
get him in front of more people.
I think he's just doing
It's just-
like
it's
I
a
think him and his
different-
management
That's all
are
great.
just
He's
yeah,
probably
it's,
just
it's
smart
just a
as fuck.
different level, but it's the same shit.
That's
Like,
all Grammys are, is a
it's like the
popularity
background.
contest.
But it's like Dags was saying, I can't point to any music in that time
No.
that pushed him anyway.
No.
But that's the thing is it's all like it's this facade
Like
in the
any,
music
I can't
industry
point to a
that's
song.
like we can't.
Literally, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I can't. I can't point
That's
to
what
a
I'm
song.
saying,
Not
bro.
even one.
And
No
like,
problem, I guess.
To be like,
yeah, that was
No, but
huge.
I'm saying till then.
right.
No,
Between
but-
acid rap and that.
Okay, but then what was your point with the heist and what in acid rap?
I'm saying
Why are we comparing those? That doesn't make any sense.
Two independent artists. I'm saying I can get Macklemore did the heist and everything after that because the heist got so big. I can understand all that and why he got to the point he got to from that point. Acid rap, I'm cool with. Chance put out a dope project. It was however big it was. How did he go from
A
ranked
mixtape to a Grammy on his next.
the number
fucking-
300 player in hip hop
No, but
to
my-
the number 4 player in hip hop?
My point
with
before
no
he
song,
put-
with no one song that we can point to.
I remember
the
people
same-
going
dude.
wild about Coloring Book before it was out.
Dude,
Yeah,
it's
like-
well, 'cause
people
he-
were ready for that.
he
it's
had
the
the
same
stadium,
shit, dude.
everything.
Yeah.
We're not comparing the same shit though. Like it's literally the exact same thing that happened to Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. They made 3 mixtapes before that. and
You're
nothing.
just saying coloring book was Macklemore's heist.
yes.
But
That's
the thing-
what it was.
Yeah.
I
It
mean,
was just
yeah, I would
marketed
agree.
differently.
Yeah.
Like that's all that it was. They took the video route and they made those big before the album dropped. Chance didn't need to do that because he was already probably bigger at the time. So they didn't feel the need they needed to do that. What they did is they got Lil Wayne on a song
Right.
Yeah.
And 2 Chainz.
and 2
You
Chainz.
should look that shit up. The timeline of Chance the Rapper.
Name 2 other songs off coloring book other than No
I
Problem.
don't know one.
Fucking
I don't know one. I'm sorry to God.
If I saw the list, I was like, oh yeah, I remember that shit.
Like I'm not a huge Macklemore fan other than respecting his grind. Like the music, I thought The Heist was a really good project, but I wasn't like bumping the songs off of it.
Right.
No.
But like that had multiple hit songs.
Yeah, but remember though, those were hit songs because of videos though. So they were more so viral in that sense, as far as like, dude,
That's fine, but
everyone saw the thrift shop.
I don't care
video.
how they became hits.
No, but that's why though. It's because it wasn't that the songs were like so fucking awesome or whatever. The songs became hits because the videos were so
That's
fucking
fine.
good.
I mean, yeah.
That's fine.
So it's just a popularity contest.
But
Yeah.
shouldn't Chance's if Coloring Book is Chance's Heist, shouldn't there be more hits on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're missing. Chance was bigger before he put that out though.
All the
So
more reason.
You can't equate it though.
And what's
You
a
just told me
hit?
to equate.
The word hit is
No, the
is
popularity
subjective.
is
It
what
is.
I'm saying.
The
It
word
is.
hit is subjective.
But like on the radio, consistently. Like I remember that those two fucking Macklemore songs, Thrift Shop
You couldn't get away.
and the other like Can't Hold Us or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those were on the radio all
Bro,
the time.
So
fucking
how is an artist like
engulfed
Big
you.
Crit big? Like, because they're the same in the sense they're on the independent grind. He can't get on the radio, as we know. The dude at the radio said, "You don't care
Because
about
he
this
doesn't
thing."
fucking eat Doritos.
and wait,
There's
not-
a different
I
type
don't
of
know.
big.
I'll-
though.
We'll get
That's
back.
what I'm saying.
I'll
There's
get
a
back to
different
Crit,
type of
but
big.
also we're talking about Macklemore and Chance. Macklemore never got to the place Chance got to.
No.
So
and
he had more in that project, whatever, but he was never discussed as a top 5 hip hop figure.
no,
like,
because he was
ever.
never respected like
I was
that-
gonna say
but
because
that's-
people like Chance more, and
Right.
that's what
Right.
it.
Yeah.
That's
That's
what
what
it
it is.
always is.
Right.
That's why I
If-
say
and
you can't
Macklemore-
equate the situation.
Macklemore did not back up his album.
What
either,
I'm
but-
saying, the only reason why you can equate those situations is literally just to say, how did they get from really not that big to fucking huge?
yeah.
And you can't do it based on just music. You
I know,
have
but
to be like,
I
there's
think we're all
something
saying
in
we're all
there.
saying the same
Always
thing,
extra.
but
Yeah.
I'm with you, Dags. I'm like, I'm with Chance. Got there a lot off good management, smart moves, personality, marketability, all that shit. It's just crazy that between Acid Rap and No Problem, like how many years was that? It's a lot. It was a long time.
It was a while.
There's not like one song you can point to that. I mean, maybe he was on the fucking joint with Bieber between
Right.
then,
Yeah.
Dude,
but yeah, to even get on that.
and on top of
The
that,
machine.
like
I know,
he doesn't
but-
even put out enough music for me to like warrant being like, why the fuck is this Chance album taking so long to come out? Like I need it now.
Yeah,
But it's a gang of motherfuckers.
because he's
that
just
are
not
waiting
even on your
for it.
mind.
That's
Right,
the
but
thing.
it's just weird. Like
That's the
you
thing.
think that when
But-
like fucking Wiz, who puts out just like a shit ton of songs, he was just putting out
shit ton
mad
of
songs.
shit. That's what he does.
No, but
That's
think
the
about
issue.
back when Kush and OJ came out,
Right.
and he was putting out just fire
Yeah.
music
Projects.
nonstop.
Yeah.
He was putting out mixtapes.
Yes,
projects.
nonstop, and you were like, all right, like I'm so fucking ready for Kush and Orange Juice. Like, why isn't this coming like now? I've heard this extensive catalog from Wiz, and I like every song on it, and it's fire. And then Chance has like a quarter of the amount of songs, and like everyone in the world that doesn't even listen to rap music is like, why the fuck is Chance taking so long to come out with this
Because
album?
he's been
that's
able to-
exactly
Just, like,
why though,
crazy.
because you fucked with Wiz because that's what we were on. You know what I'm saying? That's like the shit that we were on, and it was amazing. But most of the world is on more Chance the Rapper.
It's the
type
same way
shit.
right now, even though you never hear music from him. I'm like, where the fuck is a Big Sean album?
Right.
Because I'm a fan.
Right.
And like,
Exactly.
whatever.
If you like
and there's
it-
people that are like that with Chance.
A whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
A
And then-
shit ton of them.
Yeah.
And I agree, and I'm not saying it's bad. And
But
I
you're saying
understand
why.
what you're
No,
saying, but
it's-
my question is still,
It's not based off music.
how the fuck did this happen?
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the thing.
Or it's less based off music
Yes.
than a lot of those
Way
other top
less.
tier artists.
I agree with that. But I also must say we must acknowledge that that goes for a whole bunch of other motherfuckers. That
Not
we,
to the
that we
extent
like.
with Chance,
I don't
unless you
think
prove
by
it to me.
chance.
I mean, Chance is the biggest of those people. But there's a lot of people I
He's
would
the biggest
imagine.
of those people,
By a
and
lot.
has to me like name someone on that level with the amount of like I said, in that period of time where he grew like crazy. You can't give me one song.
I need to look at this shit.
Like, and I'm not saying you can't name one, like one hit.
Yeah, I need
Right.
to look at that shit.
Most people, it's like, oh yeah, that record, like yeah, they blew him up. Like
No.
they
The
didn't even
only
like they didn't even
thing-
like re-energize an Acid Rap song and have it like do
No.
a remix to it with a big name or
Exactly.
No.
Well,
It's
I mean,
crazy.
credit to him and his team, dude. That's
Hell
fucking
yeah, that's
Wasn't he doing a few features though during that?
probably.
time?
And like I said, I don't know when the I'm the One record dropped, but even like you said, to get on that track,
exactly.
how does that even work?
Like Bieber, Quavo, who was by far the biggest
DJ
person at
Khaled.
the time, DJ Khaled. Oh,
I
let's
think
say-
that was right-
Let's get fucking Chance
That was
the Rapper.
Honestly,
before
too, I
Coloring
think
Book?
that was right around the time of what is it? No Problems.
Yeah,
I think that was right around the time.
Yeah, that had to.
So
have
there
been.
was a big gap between acid rap and that period of time where what was going on? Maybe we just missed something that happened and I can't
No,
think of it.
We fucking didn't. Guarantee it.
I'm sure we did because we weren't like, oh, you hear that new Chance?
But that's what I mean. I'm not saying there was zero output and he was in
I'm
a
sure
cave.
There
I'm
wasn't
saying
any popular
Right,
shit that
right.
we would be like, oh, I understand. Like,
That-
I
Not
get
enough
it, but-
popular
Right.
shit to warrant him.
because I look at like a Big Sean, right? Who's I would say in that tier behind Cole, behind Kendrick, behind Drake,
Yeah.
but he's right
as far as talent,
as far as the overall
Just
Family
popularity.
Feud, like
Popularity,
rank
yeah.
the
like
next tier.
people have heard.
Like,
of him.
Okay.
We pulled
Yeah.
100 rap fans. What's the next tier of
Right.
rappers?
The
People
Family
would put
Feud,
Big Sean.
Right.
yo, probably older heads. I feel like he's getting forgotten.
Maybe like just recently, but within the last, I mean, if he
I'm
goes and
thinking
puts out
of
a
it
new
like
album, whatever.
fucking worldwide.
Yeah.
You ask any random ass person,
but I
do you
guess
know who
what,
Chance the Rapper is or Big Sean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say though is, I don't think Big Sean really throughout his career has done that one thing. Oh yeah, that vaulted him into that category. That like his albums have been just kind of. But we can look at his career and be like, every time he dropped one of those albums, there was lots of anticipation, lots of push, singles,
Radios.
radio play,
Yeah.
records with Drake, like.
Yeah.
His own records featuring Drake,
Yeah.
featuring these big names. Like he was out there
Yeah.
on radio in your ears.
And still never
Chance-
got fucking.
Right.
What
Exactly.
was
Because
what was
people-
Chance doing?
Well, because
He
people
was fucking hanging out with
Big
Barack
Sean-
Obama, bro.
Big Sean doesn't
Playing the
have
long
much
game.
of
How
like
was he hanging out with Barack Obama?
his people know him. His connections always about who you
Chicago,
know.
Chicago.
It is.
Exactly.
It is.
His dad has
100%.
connections with.
Yeah,
the
there-
Obama
it's always who
family.
you know.
Yeah, yeah.
It
I
is.
think
Just be like that.
yeah, yeah. And like I said, from like I'm with you, Dags. At no point am I
Sound mad.
He was working on the Kanye album.
It's
Remember that
just
shit?
mind-boggling.
no,
to
but
me.
that's what I was gonna say. At no point am I saying like I fuck with Chance. I think it's great that a good dude
Me
with
too.
a clean image and shit is like out front like that. None of this is about he doesn't deserve it, whatever. I'm saying it's just crazy when you put him above with all his peers and what their catalogs are like
Yeah.
and their music rep, and then look at his and it's like
But is it crazy when you compare like the people, like who they present themselves to be?
no, I'm saying take that out of it. I'm
Well,
just
that's-
looking at the music.
Right, exactly.
I understand
That's-
with all that, with the connections, with the management, with the image. I get why he's there.
Because based on just music, then I would have to shuffle the shit around.
Yeah.
Like I would probably put like Wiz would be way down. He's only up there because he's.
But I'm not
we
even
know
saying
him from-
I'm not even saying quality of music. Like, oh, you made some amazing record. I'm just saying where were you? Like I said, Big Sean. There's not one record or one project that I point to if that was his tipping point. Like that was it. He was just in my ears. He was putting out albums that were on the radio, big singles, whatever.
Attached to Kanye.
Yeah, Kanye. Like
Yeah,
That's a
that
big
was
deal.
big.
it's. So I'm not saying oh he had just an amazing catalog, but he had a catalog.
big, pretty fucking big too.
Yeah.
Like whether you think it was good or bad, there was a lot of music on it.
Yeah.
What's
he
Chance
did a
got,
he
like,
did a record
total,
with
like,
Bieber.
30 songs. Not even.
I'm sure he has more than 30.
More than that. I mean,
Like
he's,
out?
Sure. Yes.
Yeah.
Just yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He just recently has put out like a fair amount of singles.
He just doesn't.
And then
feel
he's
like
got a
himself.
project and he's got more than 30 songs out. And he's got some like experiment, like he did that experimental mixtape with like Donnie Trumpets and shit or way early on.
Yeah.
Like he's got
If you're
shit from
looking
his
for the
early
shit,
days,
you'll
but
find it.
if you start at a certain like let's start at it's so hard with him too because he doesn't have all his music on like streaming services, so you can't just go look at his catalog
Right.
and shit right there.
Mm.
But it's just it's funny to think about.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
You can't. Music by itself doesn't sell.
No.
That's the issue. Because there are a lot of talented people that should be selling based on their talent if it's just based on music. But the other shit is just factored into it. Blueface has no talent.
No, that's not even the argument I'm trying to
But
make.
yeah, no,
because I think
that's
Chance is
totally-
talented too.
He's like the biggest fucking thing right now.
I think
Getting
Chance is
bigger.
talented too. Like I'm not saying he's not talented.
Yeah, it's. I
Right.
think we're like arguing different points.
No, it's like I don't know if we can isolate the music based on bigness of a person.
Right, a lot of shit factors into it, but you can't deny that. Name the top. Like we all said, he's in that tier, and if you take that tier and isolate the music, just not arguing
is a
that he
musician.
shouldn't be there, just isolating the music, it's like his catalog does not compare to his peers, in my opinion.
No.
It's more like a probably 10 through 15 rank guy
Mhm.
Yeah.
than like a top 5 guy.
Yeah,
And that's-
I would agree with that.
And that's what it is our opinions. Because we don't
Yeah, for
really,
sure.
some people love Chance more than Cole, more than fucking think
Oh,
he's
yeah.
better, all that shit.
Yeah.
That,
So it's just,
exactly
you know,
a lot of people.
it's
And
just-
that's what's
yeah.
crazy
Yeah.
about it.
It's just a
And
preference.
maybe even color, like maybe I mean, Coloring Book won a fucking Grammy. Maybe there's just a lot of people that fucked with Coloring Book
Dude,
even harder than
there was
I did.
a million people on it. The features
Yeah.
are insane.
Yeah. But
Insane.
to me, that speaks more to like commercial push than it does like a fan base that just thought that was a classic album.
Well, and that's, again, like,
Which, like I said, I'm not saying, oh, so shame on him.
Right,
I'm
I
just saying,
understand,
I'm
for
just
sure.
analyzing it.
for sure. It's just like when you go to like big, okay, anything can get you big. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be the music.
Yeah, I get
Even
I get that.
like I bring up a dude like Blueface. I don't think he should be popular at all.
No.
Because I base it on the music. The personality and all that shit is nice, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
we're in a day and age where image is more important than the music, honestly.
I can still fuck with Jeezy and all the
Yeah.
fucking dope dealers and lean sippers. I can fuck with them.
And I
I
wonder-
don't have to like them, but their music is what I like.
And even though I didn't include the old heads,
Mm.
like Chance is significantly younger than Cole,
Yeah.
Drake, Big Sean. So maybe he's just the beginning of that next tier where image is going to be more important than
Yeah.
catalog.
I think
And
that's
I don't know.
That's
is
a big.
he,
And he's
is
the
he
leader of that
significantly
age.
younger?
I don't know. He is in my mind, but maybe he's not.
Maybe he's
Look
just,
look up
I think-
Chance's age.
I think he is.
He seems like he's like the same
Like
age.
his literal age or his like
Yeah,
his
no, his
fame
literal-
age.
his literal
True.
age.
Yeah, true.
His
I'm
fame
talking
age
about
is
it.
younger for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. I'm
Yeah.
talking about his literal age, but maybe that's what we should be talking about.
Yeah,
Is
I think
Yeah, I
I
mean,
think he's
it-
like the
I
same
mean-
age.
someone that blows up when they're 27 is going to be different in the fans' mind age wise than someone that blows up when they're 20.
Yeah.
For sure.
But yeah, that shit. I didn't think we had much to talk about today, but good shit, Dax.
He's 26.
Oh yeah, he is. He
Damn.
is the
That's-
next.
that's
He is
young.
that next tier then.
Young cat.
Because all those other cats are like low 30s.
He looks like he could be like an old man, but yeah,
He's got an old soul.
for sure.
Yeah.
Been here before.
Yeah. Well, shit. All right. Anything we missed? Anything we missed?
No.
What did I have? on
Shout
here?
out to the chat, the fans, the peeps. What's happening?
Didn't even have to talk about Jermaine Dupri.
Packy is Jermaine Dupri. Moving
No,
on.
no.
Jermaine Pecky.
No. All right. That was episode 73.
Hates women. Here we
Shout
go.
out Chance the Rapper. Big fan of Chance. Big fan of female rappers.
Got engaged and just started fucking talking reckless.
Love hot dogs.
Oh, I'm sure he do. The way you talk about female rappers.
Happy Hot Dog Day, y'all. Peace.